Nebraska Volleyball putting out their schedule Wednesday and clearly throwing Danny Busboom Kelly into the fire in year one. The Huskers will play 9 matches against teams that finished in the top 10 last season. Here are some of the highlights. The Huskers will open the year at PBA, taking on Pittsburgh, then Stanford. They'll also play Kentucky in Nashville August 31st. Now, Nebraska will come to Omaha September 16th to play Creighton at CHI Health Center. Their lone regular season matchup with Wisconsin, Halloween night in Madison. Oregon comes to the Bob to open November. The Ducks finished as the number 10 team in the country last year. And Husker football, not the only one, with a marquee matchup on Black Friday. Husker volleyball hosts Penn State. The full schedule is on our website, firstalert6.com.